Firma IT Solutions is here to share the importance of being aware of scams and cyber attacks. Back with us today is Rodney Gillette and Jonathan Liebert, who is from the Better Business Bureau of Southern Colorado. So thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
Now, Rodney, we know you're an IT expert. You've been on here a couple of times, but kind of give us an idea of how vulnerable local businesses are. Because when you hear cyber attacks, you think like, you know, the Russians on like the American government. Are local businesses really that at risk?
Yes, they're really at risk, and the situation is huge in Colorado Springs. There's a lot of businesses that are not taking the proper steps to secure our community's information on their systems. So, you know, we talked about this too, John. You know, they're not getting the education that they need, and that's really the big issue. So with education comes training, and with training comes what the Better Business Bureau and the SBDC is working on with this badge program.
Yep.
Okay, well, can you kind of explain to us what the badge program is and how it benefits local businesses?
Absolutely. So cyber, for a lot of people, they just don't know exactly what it is. What does that mean? You start going into the specific technical detail of what it entails to protect data and information, and consumers and even small business owners get very confused. And so this badge program is, most people know the Better Business Bureau name, they trust the brand, and so we want to have a badge that goes with that accreditation so that consumers and small business owners know, I don't know all the technical detail, but I know this is important. And we can direct them to accredited businesses such as Rodney and Firma IT to make sure they're getting good services and making sure their data is protected. But this badge program will really kind of help to educate folks and have something that's recognizable, that's easy for the average consumer to know. I can trust this business, I can buy from them.
I love that. You know, Rodney, every time that you come on, no matter what guest you have, you're always about educating. You're not like, it's not a hard sell. It's, I want to educate you so you just know more. And like you said, small businesses, like I'm confused by, you know, IT and cybersecurity and stuff like that. So I'm sure, you know, business owners, like my dad, not locally, he's not local, but he would be even more confused by it because it's just, it's new and it was something, you know, especially if you didn't keep up with it. So, I mean, you know, what can consumers do to be safer when choosing businesses to work with that rely heavily on, like, you know, personal information? Because we're giving away a lot of our personal information, and then that is, you know, at risk for attack.
Right. So the first thing you need to do is check the BBB. Anybody in this type of industry, information technology, cybersecurity, or even accounting, you know, practicing law, they need to be accountable somewhere. And the BBB is the best place for consumers to find businesses that are ready to be accountable for the business that they do.
All right, so be accredited with the BBB. So how can businesses do that? How can they become accredited with the Better Business Bureau? I'm sorry. And then how can they get that extra cybersecurity check?
Yeah, so they can go to our website, or at bbb.org/Southern Colorado. There's information on there, but we essentially, we're a vetting agency. And so really what we tell consumers is we're doing that work, so you don't have to. I mean, still go and double check and read reviews on our site or others. Get information. There's a lot out there. But again, you know, a lot of consumers just don't have the time, or they just don't know. So that's what we do, is we're vetting them. But businesses that are accredited go through extra steps, and they're basically telling consumers that, you know, we're going to pass these 8 standards of trust that we kind of have, and then they make sure we revet them. We double check them every 2 years. So we'll go back and make sure they don't have, there's no criminal charges, making sure they haven't filed for bankruptcy, making sure there's not another business that they have that's done something else. So we're really making sure that we're holding those businesses accountable, but we're also talking to people about, you know, there are really, really great businesses that are doing good things, again, such as what Rodney's doing. So that's our job, is to promote the really good businesses and then tell people to be aware of other businesses that are not doing things as they should, or scams, other types of things. But every city needs a good BBB to be able to let consumers know, you know, because it's about consumer protection. And again, that's our job, is to make sure that we're going out there and, you know, giving information to the public. We have a free website. You know, do we tell people, please use it? It's free, it's there for you. This is our mission. We're a nonprofit organization that's dedicated to giving information to the public about this.
All right, so I know on the Better Business Bureau, you give people letter grades.
Correct.
Anything below an A is not worth it, or when should you start thinking that the business is a little shaky?
Really good question. So for us to be accredited with us, you have to have at least a B. So when you start dropping past that, they don't even qualify for accreditation. But what's really important is this, because we get a lot of people that come to us and say, hey, I looked at your A+ rated businesses. And I'll tell them, that's great, that's the first start. Look for the A+, but you want to make sure that A+ has the accredited business logo, our seal, next to it. Because those accredited businesses that have that seal have taken those extra steps and have agreed to really make sure that they're going to make sure everything's right. Because again, things happen in life, things happen in business, and so you want that kind of assurance that if something happens, that business is going to make sure that they take care of it, that they're
Right.
making sure they're making it right for
And
you.
what's the Better Business Bureau's specific website for Southern Colorado?
So it's bbb.org/southern-colorado.
Okay, and if you want to find out more information about Firma IT Solutions, you can do so by visiting firmaitss.com. And now